Hey, what's your problem, Shrek? What you got against the whole world anyway, huh?
Look, I'm not the one with the problem, okay? It's the world that seems to have a problem with me. People take one look at me and go, ah, help, run! A big, stupid, ugly ogre. Onions! Onions! Dragon! You there! Ogre! Bye-bye! Bye-bye!
Well, anyways, it's that time of night again where it's past 3 a.m. and this is when your mind goes to a weird area where you're up until, I don't know, like for 5 hours just looking up old memories. Like, you just like those old memories of you and your friends making movies and you're just scrolling through your camera roll watching those. And even going back to those old YouTubers, some of which maybe maybe they were your favorite when you were young, and going back to them and thinking, man, I actually thought that was funny. Apparently it's one of those nights for me as well. I'm up here in my room, it's past 8 a.m, it's dark out, everyone is asleep, and I'm just here scrolling for 5 hours just looking at old memories, wondering that thought I had when I was 8 years old. What is life? What is anything? But that's not really this night. Well, it is kind of like this night, but I'm thinking of something different. I'm thinking about, what is that? That's what I'm thinking about. That. I want to know what that is. Who came up with that? It was me. It was my idea. I put that there. Anyways, what the heck were those Shrek memes?
This guy needs no introduction. If you're watching this video, then you're on the internet. And if you're on the internet, you've seen this green face. Nothing, I mean nothing on the internet has been as memed as Shrek. Even with something like Among Us, which I thought were the worst memes on the internet, but at least those ones died off eventually. With Shrek, back then, you could look at him eating a My Little Pony and laugh. Now, you could look at him eating a My Little Pony and laugh! He isn't just a meme of the internet, he is THE meme. Also, he's a movie franchise. I think I should mention that. If you hear the name Shrek, and the first thing you think of are the movies, then you deserve a gold medal, cause nobody thinks of the movies anymore. You just think of the memes. For internet users, this has been haunting them for years, and I was one of those users. However, I was consumed by so many that I ended up loving them. Like, just look at this. Look at this! Yeah, my friends and I have been joking about Shrek memes for years. Like, look at all these edits we've made. I honestly think it's a problem.
I also have a little Shrek and Shadow, but that was just for the bit. I'm not actually doing that. Also, unrelated, my Shrek obsession was so obvious. My parents got me this for Christmas. It's been on my bed for 5 years.
Apparently, people aren't new to this whole shipping with characters that don't connect at all, and honestly, that's what makes them funny. But I think Shrek's thinking what we're all thinking here.
How did this happen?
Good question, Shrek. Let's take a look at how this all happened. Okay, ready to start editing. Did I say at 2 times?
Now, how did this green face become such a huge meme? With the Bee Movie, I mean, yeah, look at it. It was a meme from the start. But with Shrek, I can see how it looks kind of strange, but how does a fairy tale parody inspire people to make a video about a kid getting banged by a green guy, and then he flies out the window? And, okay, I'm asking too many questions. Let's just go back and see how this all started. Okay, that's a little too far back. Now, who knew that the man who's about to open that door could change the world with just one simple shot?
Oh, Lord.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
The memories with this one. The first Shrek will always be a classic in my heart. Just like the book it was based upon, it was a parody of Disney and the fairy tales they adapted, similar to Into the Woods. A little too similar when you notice, actually. Also, the Shrek lore is pretty big. Like, this place is home to many fairy tales like Neverland, Wonderland, Far Far Away, Spain. I remember watching this at a kids club in the gym for the first time when I was very young. And I honestly thought it was an adult movie because the amount of green ass, saying the word ass, and also the exploding bird, and then they cooked its unborn children. Good times. Due to the internet, people who watch the original Shrek for the first time might call it mediocre, nothing special, and I know damn well barely anyone calls it a masterpiece. But everyone has their own opinion, and the movie can still be enjoyed today. And I know this animation isn't for everyone and could be seen as uncanny, but I honestly think it still holds up well, especially for something made in 2001. Nonetheless, it made tons of money and made money products. Like this. And this. That's disgusting. That looks like it can cause cancer. With this film being a success, we finally got peak cinema, Shrek The Second. If you ever have me over at a sleepover and you don't have Shrek 2, then you better get out your wallet because we are watching that entire hour and a half. I'm sorry for all the fans that I forced to purchase this movie. I'll pay back someday, I promise. The second movie was filled with way more and, honestly better, jokes, and that charming self-awareness. I can't express my feelings for Shrek 2 the same way this amazing man already has. What else is there to say except the movie is still great, aged very well, has an awesome villain, the same with her I Need a Hero cover. Man, classic stuff. Now, we move on to Shrek Forever After, which, despite getting bad reviews from critics, fucking morons, it still is enjoyed by many, even making people cry. Dude, if a muscular Grinch makes you cry, then that's how you know you have peak. And despite what critics and some other people say, Forever After will always be my second favorite in the series. And also there's a... Wait, hold on a second. I'm reading the script right now, and it's saying Forever After isn't the third one. This isn't Shrek 3, then what? Oh, shoot. You're right. No, honestly, I can't blame myself for forgetting. Whenever I have a Shrek marathon with the guys, we skip the third one, and we don't miss a thing. You wanna know what happens to Prince Charming? You won't even notice he's gone in Forever After. You can assume him and Doris got a happy ending. Say Fearless also made an amazing video about most of the feelings towards Shrek the Third and why it fails as a film and as a sequel in general. Sequels like Shrek 3 come naturally, no matter how good the first movie was. When a film series makes tons of money and has many sequels planned, one of them is without a doubt just gonna be a pile of green Shrek fluids oozed out just to fill space. No love, no care, no effort, no soul, just plopped out so that people know the series still exists. That's disgusting, but it's also very true. The heart that went into 1 and 2 is gone, replaced by candy for the eyes, with jokes that are nonsensical and make no sense. Those are the same thing. There's a reason why this is known as Baby Shrek, because it's just bright colors to entertain your kids. However, some people do still enjoy this movie. Maybe it's because they saw it when they were young, when their fathers left them and— Okay, jokes aside, everyone has their own opinion. I can see the appeal with the third movie, that, yes, it isn't as good as the others, The heartfelt moments are replaced by over-the-top chaotic scenes, but there's still enjoyment to be found and you'll be pretty entertained. And that's nice. It's refreshing to see people find good things out of bad movies, to show that there was some potential, because even the worst stories once had a chance to be good. They just went down a bad path. But even with fans liking Shrek 3, others hating it, is this the one that opened the internet's eyes? The one to light that spark? The one that told people Shrek is just a joke and meme material? Was it?
Mommy?
Dada!
Okay. Oh, so that's where that image came from. Anyways, I can see how this might change how the world looks at Shrek, as just this jolly green moneymaker. Without the weird marketing products, this movie was just the green icing in those Twinkies. Instead of continuing with the Shrek franchise with multiple other sequels, there were only 2 short films made during and after Shrek 3, Shrek the Halls and Scared Shrekless, which is a beautiful classic.
That's right. I am the babysitter.
Hey, how's it going?
In 2010, the last movie was made, ending the series for good, Shrek Forever After. It nearly brings a tear to my eye. This is a sequel similar to Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, where, in a good way, it doesn't feel like a sequel, which of course has some problems, like he doesn't remember Humpty. Where did he go? Did he mean nothing? The people making The Last Wish not only wanted to make a great sequel, but a good movie in general. So good that you don't even have to see the first Puss in Boots to watch it. And if you do watch it, then you'll think it's even better than the first. Even the title. This is one of those numberless sequels. They could have easily called it Puss in Boots 2 or Puss in Boots 2 The Last Wish. But given the mixed reviews for the first movie, they didn't want to give the first movie that much attention. The same is for Shrek Forever After. They could have called it Shrek 4 or Shrek the Fourth, but nope, they went away with the number, even though they technically still have it. Forget about it. It was definitely the right thing to end the series. This showed that they weren't in there for the money, and now it was time for our green, sexy friend to rest. And in this movie, Shrek even knew the franchise was losing its love and was becoming nothing but a giant meme on the internet.
I used to be an ogre. Now I'm just a jolly green joke.
I feel bad for you, my guy. Anyone would rather be loved for a while instead of eventually becoming a joke. And this movie shows that. It has him go to an alternate timeline, where he's an ogre scared by the entire town again. But he loses Fiona, his friends. He loses everyone. I'm not gonna give a whole plot summary, but the movie ends with Shrek dying. Yeah, I'm not kidding. He just dissolves away. I mean, yeah, it turns out he's back in his original timeline right where he left off, but that's besides the point. In the alternate timeline, his time runs out, and he dissolves away. I believe this is basically telling us Shrek is saying goodbye. It's time for him to rest. And to his wife, he tells her his last words.
You know what the best part of today was? I got the chance to fall in love with you all over again.
A very satisfying conclusion to the Shrek series and its wonderful cast. There were just a few spin-offs starring Puss in Boots, but none of the other Shrek casts was seen. So, the series was done, dissolved away to gold dust, just like Shrek did at the end of Forever After.
You know, it may be hard to believe, what with my obvious charm and good looks, but people used to think I was a monster. And for a long time, I believed them. But after a while, you learn to ignore the names that people call you, and you just trust who you are.
apparently, this was not the end of Shrek in general. He didn't just die off, with people asking each other if they remember him. You don't remember Shrek. You know Shrek. In the early 2010s, a group from the deepest layers of hell rose up. They called themselves Brogers, the first people that popularized the Shrek memes. They worshipped Lord Shrek, the one who hanged on a cross and was impaled by a spear held by Lord Farquaad. When you think about it, isn't Farquaad basically a kid-friendly version of Hitler? Oh god. So, these are where the memes started, and this is where they got their traditional brand. Shrek memes aren't just mindless shitposts that don't make any sense. They have this very harsh feeling with them. Sometimes just being offensive, and most of the time completely Shrek-sual. These very aggressive and sexual memes become common for all of them, even when in 2013, the infamous Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life was posted on 4chan, because of course it was, why not? Then, was later animated with someone narrating the story. I don't know if I can say what happens in the video. I know you can only find a very low quality version, and the high quality version has a different narrator that doesn't sound as funny. All I can say is that it's about an ultra Shrek fan who prays to him every night, and then Shrek actually appears and does some dirty stuff to him. To make matters worse, the narrator says he was only 9 years old.
Pray to Shrek every night before bed, thanking him for the life I've been given.
Yeah, I don't want to be on an FBI list. This story became so popular that it got a following with people making sequels, their own stories about them getting banged by this green ogre, and praising him like he's an actual being. I mean, yeah, when you think about it, it's Shrek. Who wouldn't want to worship him? And it's pretty obvious this was all satire. But the fact some people even went as far as to graffiti Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life on their school library is baffling. Then, an animation software known as Source Filmmaker came, bringing badly textured unofficial models of pop culture to our enjoyment, one of them being a very strange looking Shrek model. This is the Shrek all the animators use. This is the one you see in Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life. With this, the animators went to work, bringing shitpost after shitpost along with the sequels to Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life. This was the peak of the Shrek memes in the early 2010s, and some of them went very far, especially the last few Shrek is Love videos, including things like necrophilia. Ugh. And even the non-sexual ones are still freaking terrifying. Like, they get to a point where they're not even that funny anymore. They're just uncomfortable. This was starting to get old after a while. This is until DreamWorks came back. You thought they were done with Shrek after Forever After? No, they were not. On their YouTube channel, they started something called New Shrek, a series of shorts, and the first video, not even 10 seconds in, you thought he could change the internet with that one shot of him opening the door? Little did people know, he would change the internet yet again, with one shot and just 3 words.
Oh, hello there, Shrek here, and I'm ticked off at people who think that just because I'm an ogre, I can't dance. Oh, Pinocchio! Oh, the 3 little pigs, straw, sticks, bricks, boom!
Ogres don't bite.
Oh, everyone
Ogres
knows
don't bite.
Jack and Jill,
Bite. Stop bite.
fetch the pail.
Stop bite.
The people think that just because they're ticked off, they can't dance. Don't believe me? Are you kidding me?
He was not resting. He was still a money-making shitpost, now doing breakdancing videos, tutorial videos, and rap videos. Shrek Rap. The internet roared yet again. Yeah, I wonder why. Because they knew Shrek was now just marketing, a product, a joke. He was meme material. I would talk about another era of Shrek memes, but the thing is, none of them have changed since day one. All the ones from the 2010s are still funny and aged arguably well.
All right, then. Come on!
Okay, except for that one. Shrek is on the only memes where most of the stuff from 2010 do not look dated. You laughed about him flying out a window in 2013, you can laugh about it now.
Hey, would you look at that? I got a new haircut. And it's almost like this video took months to film and I had a bunch of other stuff going on in my life. Well, anyways, in conclusion, why did Shrek become such a huge meme? Well, to make it simple, it's because he appeared as just a big money maker, a joke. Even the franchise was calling him one. And even after the trilogy ended, it was still seen as a joke with the web series, products, even by when the third movie was out, Shrek Shampoo, Shrek Twinkies, Shrek Go-Gurt. But there is still one why that has yet to be answered, and that is, why did the Shrek memes turn out this way? Why did they turn out so vile and sexual? And that's apparently just because the internet is a strange place. It all started with that weird Shrek cult, and then one person saw it after that, and then said, hey, that's funny, and then they continued,
And so on and so forth.
maybe even I will become a meme after this. Some guy might say, hey, that guy has a stupid face, and then other people might say, hey, yeah, you're right, he does have a stupid face. And the memes just come. But even with all of that aside, all those nuclear-filled Twinkies, all the Shrek Go-Gurt, all the memes, all the new Shrek dance tutorials, when people ask us, do we love Shrek? Our first answer is hell yes.
How's it going?
So, that's the video. I'm sorry that it took 4 or 5 months, depending on when this video's out, to make another video. It's just that I had, like, school, I was in a school play. I had a bunch of stuff going on in like real life. I was working on another book. But then summer came along and I was like, hey, yeah, this is probably my opportunity. But 2 words, depression sucks. And also, by the time I upload this video, it's going to probably be 1 week until school, because our school just took 2 weeks off summer break in the dead of heat in California, where it's over 100 degrees. And I'm even sitting in this room right now, and it's night. Okay, so this is the actual end of the video now. So if you happen to stumble upon this video, let's say you just found it on your feed or something like that, then check out my channel to make sure if the videos are for you. They might not be, they might will, and it's your choice after all if you like them or not. It might not be your taste. And if you do like those videos and happen to subscribe, then I'll see you in the next video. Oh man. That ball just splashed my... It's getting late and I should get to bed. It's past 3. I need to get myself some sleep.